She explained a lot of the hardships she endured trying to gain the respect of the men, attaining a place of power, especially in their father's eyes, who, as you can tell from the way he treats Theon, is a total asshole. He almost makes Tywin look like a really nice guy. So it becomes pretty clear from early on that Yara is someone who desires power. She desires leadership. So were something to happen to Balon, you'd think that she would get the Seastone chair by rights. But based on what we know about Season 6, it seems like Theon is headed back in that direction. So what would happen if he were to show up at the Iron Islands? He's completely unfit to rule right now, but the other Ironborn might rally behind him because the Seastone chair is his by rights, even though technically Yara would be more fit to rule. Now throw Euron into the mix. He is a much more powerful person, much more well-traveled, much more respected in the eyes of his people. He could also potentially assert his right to rule. This is where we get into Kingsmoot territory. Now the Kingsmoot is an ancient Ironborn ceremony whereby all the longship captains choose their next leader. It's a lot like a great council in Westeros. The lords of Westeros can meet to decide who gets to be the next king if they want. There've only been a couple great councils in history. Kingsmoot, also relatively rare, but a very big deal, especially if there's a question of succession. Now this is where we get into big changes from the books. Season 6 is going to change a lot of things from the books. That includes things in and around the Iron Islands, because it seems like Stannis Baratheon is dead, and he gets tied up with Yara's storyline at a certain point. So if that's not going to be happening, and they're not going to do Victarion, who's also a big part of that, they're probably just going to simplify what's going on with the Iron Islands. But the biggest part of that will be the question of succession. Like, what are they going to do with Theon if he's supposed to be the next in line to take the Seastone chair, but he is unfit to rule? Even though they haven't done a whole lot with Yara's character on the show, I feel like this would be her season to shine. A lot of people credit Game of Thrones for their strong women. Yara is one of those people. So naturally, seeing her struggle to take leadership of the Iron Islands could be something that's very interesting. Now obviously the books do something very, very different. So you guys can let me know, like, even if you haven't read the books, do you think that Yara, for all the stuff that we've seen her do, is capable of taking the Seastone chair, even if it belongs to Theon technically, even if he's next in line? And even if Theon is headed back to the Iron Islands, what do you think that they would do? I mean, are they just going to sit around and try to figure out what to do next? Or are they going to turn right back around and try to attack the North again? There's already so many armies brewing in the North. You have the Boltons, then you have the North Remembers storyline. So you have the North collectively rallying to get rid of the Boltons. So if the Ironborn were to try to come back with their own interest in the North, then they would probably get smashed. But either way, it's definitely going to be a really interesting season for Yara. Gemma Whelan, the actress, said that she's headed back to the area where they film a lot of the scenes, where she's filmed a lot of scenes in the past, up in Ireland. So hopefully she won't just get pushed to the side for Euron, because I know Euron is a very exciting character for a lot of different reasons, without getting into book spoilers. But as we saw with the Dorne characters, sometimes when they bring new characters on the show, they'll push pre-existing characters to the side a little. Like I felt like even Jaime's storyline, Jaime kind of got pushed to the side in his own storyline, just so that they could focus more on the Dornish characters. But let me know, like, what do you guys really want to see from the Ironborn storyline? I think we all want to see